Hi everybody. I think I'm a little bit lost here because this is Dutch Digital Day and I don't do that much digital stuff. Because all I do is handcrafted, sometimes it's computer that helps making the handcrafted stuff, as you will see later. But mostly it's trying to be creative and build stuff from cardboard and paper, sometimes wood. I decided to show you, to tell you about only one project that I am working on when I have a combination of time and money. So it's a non-commercial project. I usually work for clients, such as maybe a lot of you guys over here. And today I'm going to do just a talk about one project. It's a film. It's not at all finished yet. Actually, we didn't even start shooting anything. I'm still writing it as well. But I'm also working on a lot of ideas for it. But before I'm going to start my talk, I'm going to show you a little bit what I've done before, where I come from, the clients that I work for, in a short film that is only 1 minute.
Using only the smartest technologies,
NGOs, research and education.
Demonstration rebels against the Wieland.
How are we going to survive?
which delivers the freshness.
Teilhaber ihrer Bank. Or a drama.
And since we're so close,
Bankinsolvenzen zu vermeiden.
This is the store.
It's less than a minute, apparently. It's not working. Okay, well then we finished. This was it. Well, nice. So what I always do, I work in a studio. I run my own studio. Sometimes I do it by myself. Sometimes I work with 10 people or 12 people. These projects that you just saw are some of them are made with like 4 people and other 4 bigger clients and therefore often bigger people. This project is something that I started, I think 2 years ago. I had an idea of making a short film of about 3 minutes or so, and it was based on the idea of 3D puzzle shapes like this. I wrote a story, a short story, and I started working on designs together with what was a former intern from Denmark, Ane Bang, and she designed some animals. It's a story, by the way, that appears in the forest. And the whole idea that we are doing is not so much the story on its own, but it's like trying to show off what we can do. So it's more the design and the technology and etc. And it's hand designed. You just draw anything by hand, and then in Illustrator and stuff. That's like the computer that we use, the computer technology, and the rest is handwork. So it's a story in the forest. It's called The Cure, and there's amongst a lot of animals. There's also a band that is part of the characters. And I'd like to tell you how we make stuff, how I and the people that I work with make decisions on all the elements that we need to make. So the basic is the 3D puzzle that you all know and are familiar with. This is, for example, the arm of one of the characters. He is made of cardboard. Everything is made of cardboard and hand painted. And as you can see, there's a slit on his shoulder where you can put him in a frame. And this is the inside when it's not painted. And we use laser cutters to cut it out from cardboard and to engrave. So the idea is to, you can hold stuff, you can bend it. Then it's painted, and then we do a test. And it looks really nice. You know, there's an animator who is part of the team, and he does these animations. If I do it, I would be angry and cursing the whole time. He doesn't. He's very patient. And the thing is, it looks really nice when he's doing it. Only the end result of such a really small test is that it breaks. So it doesn't really work, actually. And this is like a few times of going back and forth. So we decided to do it differently. We decided to use foam. And so I made like a sort of a skeleton with wire, and then you have like these foam blades. Glue the foam, the skeleton in it, and then did a test. Looks nice. It's animates, moves nice. Here you can see another test. We also did some animation on the eyes. The downside is only that the inside of the hand, you can always see that skeleton, and it looks really ugly. So we decided that's also not a good idea. So we went to the third option, and that is molding it and having an aluminium shape inside. So we made that, and then you can have this. And you can continue with this because it doesn't break. There's some time left, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's how we do that. Then there is a female character. She's a girl and she's actually sick. I'm not going to tell the story, by the way, because it's not really finished. And as far as I'm right now, I will just give everything away. So that's why you're really not going to learn anything from me today. You will be walking out thinking, why was he here? Anyway, she had to be made in the same technique, and she is the whole time in bed because she's sick. She looks really ugly there because this is one of the first tests that I made. And it was to show you that everything is made with the 3D puzzle idea. This is when we were painting her, all the different elements. I think this is one of her entire bodies. Yeah. And this is how you assemble her. So you first have this, then you put her head in there, then you put the other side of the head, then, how do you call that? And well, this, and then you turn her around. And there's like a little gap in the side, because I had a problem when I was designing her, and it's that she needs to be able to turn her head in the story. And she can't, because she's made of wood that doesn't bend, because we saw before, if you bend it, it breaks. And I want to make stuff as real as possible. So I made this thing that you just saw going in, which is actually the left or the right hand side of what you see now. And basically it's like a shape to put her head in. And the one on the left means that her head is like this, and the one on the right is that her hand is like this. If you have like 12, I think they are, of these little elements, and you replace them frame by frame, and you play that, then you get this. That's not impressive, but if you put her head in there, then you get this, which is not very organic. It's quite robotic, actually. That's because her eyes are like standing like this, and that's not what a human being does. So we made eyes that can move as well, and now we made it like this. And now it looks like a human trapped in a cardboard body or so. But we're getting there, and we're still working on this. As I said, you're not going to see the film afterwards because it's not there. We just hope it ever will. Don't get your hopes up. And there's, amongst all the other animals, there's also a raccoon who is in the first part of the story, the main character. I'm going to show you how we made that. This is an Illustrator and After Effects animation, which basically is a walk cycle of the animal. Frame by frame, we cut it out with laser cutter, and then hand spray painted, take it out, hand painted all the details. Also the sides are very important. Yeah, these parts and the sides. And then if you want to have a walk cycle that is about, I think, 1.5 seconds or so, then you need 30, I think there's 36 of these characters that are all slightly different. Then they live in a forest, so the forest needs to be designed. When we started with this, I had an intern, and she was designing the trees, which she did really well, I think. And they had to be cut by hand because they are too big, and also spray painted and drawn by hand, everything. And this is what it looks like. So you also have an idea of the size. the raccoon is like this big, so the tree is like this high. And then we could start doing a test shot. And this is a test shot. This is Raymond Witteberg. He's an old intern for me, and he's really good with that. And you can see him working on a very first shot of each frame, replacing the previous character by the next one. And also the camera that moves, and also we're shooting this in 3D stereoscopic. So because the size is quite big, and I was thinking if we can do that, we'll be more interested to look at. Not going to show you right now because I don't think anybody brought 3D glasses, did they? Nope. And then this is the film that we have so far, which is really short and will never be in the film. No! Oh, come on. Did you read thank you somewhere? There's no sound. There's nothing yet. This is really all there is. And it ends there. And now you can applaud.